Hello, everybody. Naughty Nana does. Happy Hump Day. How's everybody doing? Good, I hope. I'm doing good because I'm here talking to you. Just saying. Anyway, there should be a law that anybody that steals money from charities meant to go to animals or children, as my grandma would say, should be shot with a bottle of their own shit. Well, George Santos did just that. He had what he called his pet charity, Friends of Pets United, and he used to run GoFundMe pages for people that asked for help, or he'd run fundraisers and stuff like that. But this story is a little different. So, let's get into it. This story I got from Patch News. Never heard of them before, just found them about 2 o'clock this morning. Did some little bit of research on them, and there's like 22 million people that follow this. They have people all over the United States and all 50 states, and they do stories locally. Just saying. So this was picked up. So the headline was, Santos took $3,000 from dying service dog's GoFundMe page. Okay. Now, they talked to Kevin McCarthy yesterday and asked him why he put Santos on those two little committees there, the Science Committee and the Small Business Committee. And they said with all the lies and stuff, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Really? You're going to be made to eat those words, mister. Just saying. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like your family and friends, share this with them, will you? And please, don't forget to comment. I love your comments. And seeing as you're already here, why don't you just push that little subscribe button there? I'd really appreciate that too. Thank you very much. So anyway, let's get into this, shall we? Now, Richard Ossoff is a disabled Navy veteran, and apparently George Santos set up a GoFundMe page for his service dog, Sapphire. Now, the disabled U.S. Navy vet was actually living in a tent in an abandoned chicken coop in New Jersey with his service dog. Couldn't afford to live anywhere else. Doing the best he could, right, with what he had. So Sapphire developed a big tumor on her belly, and it was about the size of a large grapefruit. So he managed to get her to a vet, and his vet said that they could and would operate, but the surgery was going to cost $3,000. Now, as he was leaving the vet's office, the vet tech pulled him aside, and she said, I know a guy that has a pet charity, and maybe he can help you. His name is Anthony Devolder, and the name of his pet is Friends of Pets United, alias George Santos. So he got in touch with them, and they talked, and this happened around May 2016. So they talked, and old George there set up the GoFundMe page under his charity name. So he's got a bit of control there, right? So he set it up under his charity name, and they raised $3,000 and then some, according to Ossoff. So he was all excited. His dog, they had the money, his dog could get the surgery. Now, according to Richard, Santos, or Devolder, told him that he wouldn't be able to use his own vet, that he had to go to the charity's vet, which was in New York, because Ossoff lived in New Jersey. So he got the dog to the vet in New York, in Queens, and that vet said he couldn't operate on that tumor. Now, he's already been told that the tumor was extremely operable, and they could do it, no problem. So this guy says, no, we can't do that. So Sapphire's vet vet said they couldn't would. The GoFundMe was raised in Sapphire's name, so Ossoff naturally assumed that that money would be going to his dog, right? Because it was raised under Sapphire's name. Now, after all the bullshit, the dog's tumor, after a year now, right, because it started in May 2015, November 2016, this dog's tumor had grown 4 times the size. So now I'm thinking she can barely walk, because that thing's like a watermelon by this point. So apparently he was facing euthanasia in a couple months for his dog. So Santos wouldn't answer any calls, wouldn't answer any texts about Sapphire's condition. Ossoff then, in a text, said that he felt like he was being mined for his friends and family's donations to the charity, right, to the GoFundMe, because it was set up in Sapphire's name through Friends of Pets United. So they had one last phone call where Santos told him, "You didn't do things my way, so we won't use the money for the surgery." Yeah, how's that got to feel, right? So November 13, 2016, Ossoff texted Santos. He said, "My dog is going to die because of God knows what, and I'm sick of being jerked around. I'll take her to another vet, but that cash was raised on her behalf." And Santos texted back, "And you're not coming for the ride. Friends of Pets United will handle this from now on, only with the animal." He said, "We do not drive people around, nor do we give them rides. We transport animals in need, not needy owners." Imagine. Sapphire is not a candidate for this surgery. The funds are moved to the next animal now in need, and we will make sure that we use some of these resources to keep her comfortable. Apparently that didn't happen either. So the next day, Richard Ossoff posted on Facebook, "To everyone who helped me and Sapphire raise money for her surgery, I'm sorry to say that we were scammed by Anthony Devolder and his charity Friends of Pets United." And it goes on to say basically that after all the bullshit, the dog's tumor had increased by 4 times. And she was facing euthanasia in a couple of months because Devolder took down the GoFundMe page and he had no access to it. So Sapphire sadly passed away a month and a half later in January. Ossoff had to go out and panhandle to try and make money for her euthanasia and her cremation. That's how that ended up. Imagine. This story was confirmed by another veteran, Sergeant Michael Bowl, who actually helped Ossoff through some of this stuff. So apparently, the good news is Ossoff has got a new dog, apparently. Now, one of the moral lessons that you can learn from this is please don't steal from dogs on GoFundMe pages or children's charities. Don't do it. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Donald Trump and that idiot son of his, Eric, they went ahead and stole money from children, didn't they? Remember they had that golf tournament and all the proceeds for the charity golf tournament were supposed to go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for kids with cancer? Yeah, they didn't give them the money. They kept it. They did. They kept it. Oh, big head boy down there, the Mango Moose, even bought a $10,000 painting for him to hang down there in Mar-a-Lago. Imagine. Yeah, don't steal from kids and sick dogs and animals. You got to be a real lowlife to do that. But anyway, that's what I found at 2 o'clock this morning. Glad I could share it with you. Be good, be safe. Nana loves you. Have a good day, and I'll probably talk to you once more again tonight. Love you lots. Mwah.